So this is the definition of Ham, right? Okay, go ahead.
Born about 96 years before the flood, one of 8 persons lived through the flood. It became the
progenitor. You know what that word means? The word pro means before, the gene means push. So he pushed his gene, so basically saying he became the father.
Yeah, the ancestor.
That's what it's saying.
Father of nature. He became the progenitor of the dark race.
So he became the father of the dark races, right? Go ahead.
Not the Negroes.
Why do it say that?
Dun, dun, dun.
Because when you look at all the auctions and flyers that they had, did any of them flyers ever say Africans for sale? They never said it. They said Negroes for sale. Yep. So they specifically letting you know that it's a difference between. Matter of fact, keep reading.
See, look, here go right here. This is an example right here.
Israelites and Egyptians.
Exodus.
It just say slave, you know, slaves for sale, you know.
Yeah, go ahead and finish reading that for me, brother.
Not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
Which are real Africans. All those that it named are real Africans. The Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Canaanites, and the Libyans. Those are real Africans. But it says not the Negroes. So he's telling Esau in his own book that he put together, telling you that we are different than the Hamites. That's their true definition. They Hamites. So this letting you know that there's a difference. You want the Exodus, no, it's not 15 and 3.
Oh, nigga,
I got
Go ahead, brother.
This is Leviticus chapter 13, verse 30, because you said that, to your understanding, that the curse of Canaan was to be dark skinned, right? So basically that kind of gives you the idea that dark skin is a curse. It says, this is Leviticus chapter 13, verse 30. It says, then the priest, I'm gonna start at 29. It says, if a man or woman have a plague upon the head or the beard, then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, that's talking about blonde hair. It says, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry scald, even a leprosy upon the head or beard.
Right, so having blonde hair is leprosy. That's a curse.
I'm gonna get this next.
I got one.
Oh yeah, you get to the skin. Get to the skin.
All right, bet. This is Leviticus 13 and 31. And if the priest look on the plague of the skull, and behold, it be not in sight deeper than the skin, and that there is no black hair in it, then the priest shall shut up him that hath the plague of the skull 7 days. And in the 7th day, the priest shall look on the plague, and behold, if the skull spread not, and there be in it no yellow hair, and the skull be not in the sight deeper than the skin, he shall be shaven, but the skull shall he not shave, and the priest shall shut him up.
Where you reading that?
I'm down here. It's up here.
Yeah. Start up.
27. Back down here. No,
start at 25.
All right. 23.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. This is Leviticus chapter 13, verse 23. No, I'm gonna start at 22. No, damn.
Let's get to 25, brother.
Okay. Then the priest shall look upon it, and behold, if the hair in the bright spot be turned white, and it be in sight deeper than the skin, it is a leprosy broken out of the burning. Wherefore the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is the plague of leprosy.
Right. So I don't know if you ever seen people of color, like our people, and they start to turn white around the eyes or around the lips or their hands. That's leprosy. That's what it's explaining in Leviticus 13. That's Esau is a clean leper. He was born like that. Because it goes back to Genesis when Cain killed Abel. The Most High put a mark on Cain. That mark was leprosy. He turned him into a white man, so-called. He took his pigmentation away. So that's why Esau was born red, because that was Cain coming back in the reincarnation.
Ooh,
the Bible speaks of reincarnation.
Oh, you giving him meat?
This not the first time we've been here.
You giving him meat?
If he can receive it.
You giving him meat? Damn, you getting meat.
This is Numbers chapter 12, verse 6. I'm gonna give you another precept talking about how white skin and blonde hair is not to be desired. It says, and he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, Yahweh, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and I will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of Yahweh shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? Because Moses' brothers and sisters spake against him, saying like, the Lord dealing with us too. So the Lord basically kept coming down and rebuking him. So he says, and the anger of Yahweh was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow.
Which Miriam was Moses' sister. So if she became leprous, if the Lord put that plague on her, so that's letting you know she was a woman of color before the Lord put that plague on her. Go ahead.
It says, and Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moses, alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed.
Right, and it says of whom the flesh is half consumed. That's why Esau's name, when in the Hebrew, is Aishawah, which means wasted away is he. Because when he came out born, he seen his skin was leprous. So that's why he said wasted away as one is dead. You know?
It says let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb.
Which goes back to Esau. So that's letting you know Esau has the curse of leprosy. That's why he came out red all over, which we still hold, which we gonna get to. Read that, brother.
The book of Exodus, chapter 4, starting at verse 4. And the Lord said unto Moses, put forth thy hand and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand.
Basically, this is the Moses speaking to the Lord. He picked up his shepherd stick, and it became a snake. Right? But go ahead, brother.
That they may believe that the Lord Yahweh of their fathers, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob have appeared unto thee. And the Lord said furthermore unto him, put now thy hand into thy bosom.
Right, so he told him to put his hand into his bosom. He told him to do this. Put his hand in here. Go ahead.
And he put his hand into his bosom. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow.
Oh,
so
shit.
Hand turned white.
Oh, shit.
He put his hand in there. When he took it out, his hand turned white, right? Go ahead.
And he said, put thy hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh.
Which let you know he was a man of color. That proves it right there. So, and not to mention, he was when he ran away, the priests, the daughters he ended up marrying, they called him an Egyptian.
Because he was that dog.
They thought he was an Egyptian.
Right. Oh.
But go ahead, brother.
That's Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. He called the other nations dogs, man. Shall not they move their tongue against us? And he says, against man or beast, that ye may know that the Lord doeth put a difference between Egyptians and Israel.
Right. So the Lord puts a difference between us and those Hamites. It's the difference between us and this whole planet. Right. I call for Deuteronomy 7:6. Let's get that before we read the Genesis 25.
And they colored like us, but they not like us. They not gifted like us. They don't have what we have.
That's why the scripture says, are you not as like the children of Ethiopia unto me? So when you look at the Ethiopians, they resemble us, but they ain't got our spirit. Because in Exodus it tells you that our women are more lively. We got more spirit. You can tell a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American. You can tell by their spirit because they're more vibrant. You know, it's a little extra. Jake got to do some extra shit. You know, with these motherfuckers, they just bland and plain. You know,
they started the world.
Go ahead, brother.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy power.
See, he said, but thou art an holy people. He's talking to the Israelites. Go ahead.
The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
So the Lord chosen us to be a special people unto himself, right? Go ahead.
Above all people.
No, just like everybody.
Of the earth.
Just like everybody else.
All people.
We the same as the Chinese.
Above all people.
We the same as the fucking Africans.
Above all people.
And also, he got right.
Above all people.
Go ahead.
That are upon the face of the earth.
And that's plain.
And where was he at speaking at? In the wilderness. To only the Israelites. There was no other nations amongst us at that time. You know what I'm saying? It was only our people who he was talking to. So that gives you a better, who he was speaking to at that moment. Because who did Moses come to deliver? The Israelites. So when we all crossed the Red Sea, he was only talking to one group of people in the wilderness.
Precept. Because you had said earlier that our women are different. It's a difference to them. They more lively. This is our people in general, right? This is Romans chapter 8, verse 16. It says, the Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. Because that's what separates from everybody else. We got the Spirit of the Lord. Don't nobody else got the Spirit.
And what's the Spirit?
The scriptures. But let me ask you a question. You know any Africans? Do they want to fuck with you?
Jerry always had that perception that they don't like us.
Right. So you get that perception, even with the ones that you know a little bit?
I mean, on a personal basis now.
Or do you know any on a personal basis?
I mean, when I was down to school, man, Africans I did notice wouldn't mess with. They mess more with white folks.
Right. And you want to know why? Because I asked that same question when I was in college. Because I was down to school. We had Africans down there, engineering program, blah, blah, blah. Why y'all don't fuck with us, man? Why y'all don't?
They didn't associate with us.
You ain't us. You ain't us. Nelson Mandela, give me that picture. Nelson Mandela.
But keep in mind too that majority of the west coast of Africa are our people.
Right.
That's where they got us from.
Yeah.
So if they from Nigeria or Cameroon or Mali or something.
The Africans I did know was from Cameroon.
Okay, it's a possibility that they could have been our people.
Right. Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
But they still got that mentality. They believe they are Africans, and they look down on us still, because that goes to Deuteronomy 28, where the eye should be equal towards our brother. You know. So.
Okay. So like I said, Nelson Mandela, when he came up here to get that money after he got out of prison, and he was trying to help get his government and everything in place, and they asked him about that, about the American Negro. They say, okay, well, we know you come over here to get money for, your people back in your homeland and whatnot. But what about the American Negro? His words. Those people, I come here to get money for my people. Those people got their own problem. Obama, his dad is a Kenyan, which is an African. When he went over there just here recently with him and Michelle, and I think it was on that site where that big ark where they would bring all the slaves and this and that. He said this is where they put Michelle's people in slavery. So they know. They know. That's why I never said Africans. I always said Negro.
Yeah, I remember. I forget which nation it was. He called us descendants of slaves. For a while, I had an issue with Africans. Didn't know why, but.
Yeah. Well, it was in your spirit, but you didn't understand. So that's why I say coming up, getting the truth, reading your scriptures and things of this nature, coming up with questions, coming out here being able to ask, this type of thing. This is what build your faith up. And that's the first thing that we'll be trying to do if you want to actually, if you're meant to get this. Because the scriptures tell us about predestination.
I mean, because we don't try to do nothing.
Right.
Scripture says Apollos watered, I planted, Apollos watered. All we can do is give His word.
Exactly.
The Most High gets the increase. Right. So the Lord puts the increase in you, whether you increase in faith or increase in knowledge, continue you to come out here to deal with us. The Lord do all that,
No, you're not.
I appreciate the information. I definitely do. Is there a way that I can?
We get you a card, website.
Now let's get to Genesis right quick before you leave.
Let's give them the card. Somebody start working on the card.
Yeah. When you brothers got the card?
Yeah, y'all start working on the card. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, if y'all ain't got a card, just write down the websites for the brother. Yeah, give them the YouTube sites and give them the real Hebrew Israelites.
Y'all out here every Sunday?
Every Sunday.
Yeah, they gonna be moving around. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, you might want to get one of these brothers' numbers because I don't think
they move around.
We're gonna be here next Sunday at 3.
No, we're gonna be right here next Sunday at 3. So we're gonna be right here.
Yeah, we gonna
y'all
be
about to show me how to rock this out. Of course.
Okay, come on, go ahead.
All right, go ahead with that Genesis, brother.
Yeah, this is Genesis chapter
25. We get straight to the point.
Okay.
Hey, I'm giving them
and the first came out red.
No, start up. Slocky. Start up 23.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Slocky, brother. 20. Start at 20.
This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Pandaram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren.
Right. So she wasn't able to have kids. So Isaac went to the Lord and prayed to the Lord, because the Lord is the one that does that. You know. Go ahead.
And the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived.
So Isaac went and asked the Lord, hey, you know, I want to have children. You know, so he went in, did his thing. How do you have children? By sex. So he went and did his thing. She got pregnant. Go ahead.
And the children struggled together within her.
So the children struggled together within her. They were fighting in the womb. Because that goes back to that same hatred that Cain had for Abel. Because these are the same two spirits being reincarnated, being brought back. Ecclesiastes 1:9 says there's no new thing under the sun, meaning there's nothing new.
Even the spirit.
These bodies are just recently made fleshly bodies coming back, but the same spirit is that old spirit that's been since the beginning.
Now, could we be reincarnated as a white person?
Nope. No. You stay in your nation. So if the Lord ordained you to be an Israelite back then, you're gonna come back as an Israelite today. You know, if he put you back as an Edomite back then, you're gonna come back as an Edomite today. You know, so you're gonna stay within your nation. Go ahead, brother.
And what this brother basically saying, Cain is a reincarnation of Esau, and we are another reincarnation of his brother Abel, who the Lord took pleasure in, who the Lord was pleased in, and that made Cain jealous, and that's why Abel died the first time. But this time, you know, we here.
I mean, that's why they hate us now. It goes back to the perpetual hatred. That's why they shooting us down in the street right now.
The Lord is pleased with us.
The same thing that's been happening. Actually, the Lord ain't pleased with them niggas that's getting shot down. Go ahead, brother.
1/3. Excuse me, brother. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
Right, so they fighting all in the womb, and she like, man, what the fuck's going on, right? Go ahead.
And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said to her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Right, so two nations are in the womb, 2 different manner of people, right? Go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
So you already know what people that is. Go ahead.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
The elder shall serve the younger. So let's see who came out first. Go ahead.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled.
Now remember, we read in Romans 9 talking about this, that it was all through the Most High's will. Before the children was born, he already decided who he wanted to choose, right? Go ahead.
It says, behold, they were twins in her womb. And the first came out red.
So the first came out red. Who is this red guy? Esau Edom. He got the curse of leprosy, right?
This is the one that came out red.
He came out red. This guy.
He ain't white.
And you see how he choked? See how that brother choking his ass out? That goes to us being stronger than him again, man. Choking his ass out. Okay.
Go ahead.
You know? And it says, all over like in hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
Yep. Go ahead.
And it says, and after that came his brother out.
Why didn't they describe his brother?
Come out red.
Because he came out his original color. They described him because he came out weird. He came out red. He came out leprous. They didn't describe Jacob. That's Esau. It didn't describe how Jacob came out because he came out
like everybody else.
Normal. That's right.
All right.
Go ahead.
And his hand took hold on Esau's heel. And his name was called Jacob.
Yep.
And Isaac was 80 years old when she birthed him.
Yep.
See, they never depicted how Jacob looked. They only said that he came out holding his brother's heel. And what that was symbolic to was him pulling him down.
We gonna get it. We gonna get it. And another thing I want to mention, because the Bible speaks of confusion of faces as well. So we're scattered in the 4 corners of the earth. Some of our people are going to look like these other nations. man carries the seed. You know? Right. So look at us as an apple. And look at the Esau, the white man, as a pear. If I take an apple and I planted a bunch of among a bunch of pears, what's gonna grow?